that you will probably never have to worry about money again in Red Dead Online. Until Rockstar wakes up and nerfs the payouts. Take advantage of this now, kids, before it's too late. Well, I think we all knew this was coming at some point. All good things must come to an end, and at last, Rockstar has come to their senses and patched out the best method of making money quickly in Red Dead Online. Or rather, they've drastically changed the way collectibles work to the point where it's simply not worth the time anymore to follow my perfect route. Oh, collector guide video, you were so beautiful in 2019 and early 2020. Now you're so horribly outdated. Damn you, constantly changing online games. Today we'll take a look at the dramatic changes made to the collector role with the Naturalist update. How specifically have the spawns changed, and why is the old route now ruined? Is collector useless now, or is it still salvageable from a money-making perspective? And finally, do we have a new best way to make money quickly in Red Dead Online? Let's not waste any more time and get right into it. If you recall, the collector role started with a fairly simple 3-day cycle. It was amazing, and only 3 perfect routes needed to be followed to get all the money you'd ever need in Red Dead Online. Then it was changed to be a bit more complicated with the Moonshiner role, but at least routes were still set, and as long as you followed John Ropke's amazing map, it wasn't too much harder to make all that money, even if it was a little more complex. But now that has all come to an end. Sadly, the new changes made to the way collectibles work introduced with the Naturalist role makes our entire money-making process a lot more difficult, even with the amazing John Ropke map at our disposal. Rockstar has implemented a massive change. There are no longer static collectible routes that could be easily followed to get complete sets of the most valuable collectibles like we've been doing up until now. Instead, when you collect a necklace, coin, ring, bracelet, earring, arrowhead, family heirloom, or fossil, the specific named item you pick up is now random. While you could still follow the John Ropke map to find the locations of each coin, for instance, which coin you pick up is now random. Though the community has been able to reverse engineer this randomness to discover that each of these randomized collectibles actually now have a specific rarity percentage assigned to it. So looking at coins again, that means 5 of them have a 12% chance of being picked up. Another 5 have a 6% chance of being picked up, and these 5 at the bottom, a mere 2% chance of picking one up when you come across a coin on the map. Good God. You can see all of these loot tables for the other collectibles over at the John Ropke map, but the bottom line is this. It is now really hard to come across some of these collectibles, no matter what. Even if you travel across the map and collect the 15 coins that spawn each day, odds are you'll pick up some doubles, and there's an incredibly small chance you find a complete set in 1 or even 2 days. Probably more. As a collector, you are now at the mercy of the RNG gods when it comes to finding a clean and complete set of valuable collectibles. And that absolutely sucks. Just to test how these changes affect the route most of us have been following, I went out to collect every coin following John Ropke's map. Here's how that run turned out, and as you could see, it wasn't exactly pretty. After collecting all 15 coins available in a single day, I ended up with 9 commons, 4 uncommons, and only 2 rares. 6 of the coins were duplicates that I had already collected, and by the end, I didn't even have a full set of every common coin, much less the uncommons and rares. So I wasn't even close to having a full set of coins, and I doubt repeating the process the next day would have got me a full set either. There's just way too high a likelihood I'm going to run into dupes, and finding that full set would just be tedious. I ended up selling the coins individually for about $250, which isn't awful, but is obviously a far cry from the value of a full set of coins. At $540, we end up with less than half the cash we made before, doing the exact same amount of work. That is not good enough in my book, so there has to be a better way. Is the collector role dead? Well, we have to look elsewhere in Red Dead Online to make a bunch of money quick. quick? Well, luckily, it turns out the roll is not dead. Collecting collectibles is still the fastest and easiest way to make money quickly in Red Dead Online. But we'll have to get used to a new normal. By the grace of God himself, Rockstar decided to cut us a little bit of slack. The least valuable collectibles, the 4 sets of tarot cards, bird eggs, antique alcohol bottles, and American wildflowers, did not have their spawns randomized like the more valuable collectibles. That means we could easily follow John Ropke's map like before to collect full sets of them. And so I set out to create a new perfect route for this new era of the collector role. Could we find a similar amount of cash in a similar amount of time with these new rules in place? Thankfully, the answer is kinda, yes. And basically it involves going out and collecting 3 complete sets of cards. Let's compare the perfect route from before with this new iteration. Now obviously the payout has been nerfed, there's no sugarcoating that. However, I do honestly believe these numbers don't tell the whole story. Even though we are going out and finding more total collectibles compared to before, I was able to find these 3 sets of cards about as quickly as I found the 3 sets of collectibles from the previous route, so about 90 minutes give or take. Again, that number is going to vary depending on a number of factors like the speed of your horse and how many bears attack you on your journey. So you might be thinking, how is it possible we could collect 10 more collectibles in about the same amount of time? And the answer is simple. For the route from before, we had to do a lot of opening the menu, taking out the metal detector, and then waiting through the long ass digging animation. When collecting cards, all of that is gone. You pick up the card, put it away, and you're on to the next one. It's so much quicker than before. Also, it definitely feels like the cards are just located closer to one another compared to the collectibles from before, so you're traversing a smaller amount of the map when going through this new route and saving time that way too. In the end, I was surprised at how quickly I was able to collect these 42 cards, and that's why I'm officially endorsing this route. We could have gone for 4 sets of cards and hit a cool $1,053 from selling 4 complete sets, but at 56 total collectibles, I do personally think that officially tips the scales into this takes too long for one sitting territory. So I'll be sticking with 3 sets, 42 collectibles, about 90 minutes spent exploring for a solid $814 payout. Honestly, that's not bad at all given the game's current economy. And when it comes to bang for your buck, time spent playing versus money made, selling full sets of collectibles still beats any other money-making method in the game. Another low-key advantage to this new route, hilariously, is that the shovel and metal detector kinda aren't worth buying anymore. So to any new collectors out there watching this, save your money. You'll miss out on some easy daily challenges, but if you're hurting for cash, simply head out, collect those cards, and only when you have a bunch of extra money saved up would I suggest purchasing the metal detector and shovel. RNG may have hurt what was easily the best role in Red Dead Online for making cash quickly, but thankfully, Collector is not completely ruined. There still exists a great way to make money off full sets of collectibles. But the coins, jewelry, and all the other more valuable collectibles? Just let them be and don't deal with all the stress of rarities, dupes, and randomness. It's truly the end of an era, but at least we can still go out there, grab some cards, and keep that wallet pretty darn full. That said, and I hate to say this, I don't know how much longer this strat will be viable either. I know how Rockstar operates. Good things like the static collector routes that get you a bunch of easy money just don't last in their constantly changing online games. Sadly, I believe they will randomize even these items in time, just like all the others. The John Ropke map is just too powerful. So take advantage of this awesome resource and grab those full sets of collectibles now. Make money, more money than you know what to do with, and then go out again and collect even more full sets. Because one day we're gonna reflect back on the early days of Red Dead Online and remember the good old days when you could actually make a huge amount of money in the game by simply collecting full sets of non-random collectibles. Take advantage now before it's too late. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. If you like this video and want to see more Red Dead Online guides and content, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Next time, I'll be going over the changes made to the trader role with the Naturalist update. The role and its gameplay loop has been transformed pretty dramatically thanks to the Naturalist role. So I'll be breaking it all down, and we'll look at a crazy new method for making a ton of cash and XP if you have access to all of the roles and are willing to put a little time and effort in. But until next time, thanks so much for watching everyone, and take care.